again. What's going on? This your boy Gangstalked Talk with AJ, and I'm back with another video. In this video, man, I want to talk about you must progress in spite of being targeted. If you're into thought-provoking content like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay tapped in with the channel. So in spite of your life, current life, and I don't know how long, in particular, everybody's been targeted. For me, it's been since October 7th, 2012, approximately, that I've been targeted, that I've known that something was off. Didn't exactly know that I was being gang stalked at the time, but that's when I noticed that something was off. Don't have the phone mount in this car, so bear with me. I need to put one in here. Yeah, this is my off day car when I'm not working, but or when I, sometimes I use it, every now and then. But anyways, so I want to touch on you must progress, not regress, in spite of being targeted. I know sometimes it's hard some days, because some days you can, when you wake up in the morning, you can get up and what's on your mind is everything that's been going on with you. How they, continue to harass you, try to bully you, and make things hard for you. Maybe you didn't get that job that you wanted because, they sabotaged it. Maybe you didn't get to do this and get to do that because they sabotaged it, or they made attempts to, or sometimes, you can get in your own way and allow them to, cause you opportunity. And when I say these things, I can take it from somebody who's done that, who allow, who mentally got in my own way, and I was psychologically getting messed up because I didn't understand what I was dealing with. So I allowed myself to get in my own way at that point, and it kind of took me for a loop, not being able to understand what was going on. And it got to the point, like I always say, that I'm just not going to allow myself to be down, in spite of, their efforts to put me there. So over the years, as I've made, my way up, they've definitely made attempts. They've hit my car, caused accidents for me. They've tried to sabotage me out of my job. I'll either quit my job, or they'll do something to make me quit or sabotage my job, and then they'll blacklist me from the company. They've done all types of different things to screw me up in this world, man. And when I look back on it, and I kind of just like try to, I look back when I reminisce on things, which I don't recommend. Don't reminisce on things, because a lot of times when you reminisce on things, you're creating doubt, especially if it's negative. You're creating doubt in your abilities to do something now versus, when back then, you didn't make it happen. So you're creating self-doubt, which in returns psychologically causes you to not to become demotivated. You know what I'm saying? To not want to get out here and do something with yourself. So don't ever reminisce on bad times, because it's not going to end well for you. So but when you get in these situations to where you find yourself in similar situations as you were in the past, sometimes maybe it wasn't your time, for that to happen, and maybe it was premature. But a lot of the time is you're ready for it now, and you wasn't ready for it back then. Or maybe you are ready for it now, and if you're targeted, they just won't allow it to happen. But what's ordained for you is going to happen regardless. So I'm a big proponent of you creating an opportunity for yourself and not allowing these people to be able to control it, because that's what this life is about, and that's what this program's about. It's about control. Control the target. Control and know what he's thinking, or he or she is thinking. Be a step or two ahead of them, and don't allow this person to do anything of substance that creates benefits, or that creates advantages for him. They want to keep you at a disadvantage at all times. You're behind the eight ball in everything you do, per se. So when you don't have that advantage, that backing, a lot of the times you'll fall on hard times. But you have to have the drive, the motivation to keep going, because to be honest with you, a lot of stuff isn't going to work out. Sometimes it's just not going to work overall, and a lot of the time it's because they're screwing you over, so it won't work out. So in spite of that, don't let one thing always be your plan. That's just what you're relying on. When you're targeted, you have to have, I would say honestly, 6 to 8 plans, and if they generate income, great. But you want to make sure when you're targeted, doing something that makes you happy. Going to get a job is cool. We all need to work, right? But if it's something that they can control, which they can control most of it, but there are avenues to make money that they can't fully control. They're going to control it regardless, but there are avenues and money making ways that they can't fully control. So if you can find those avenues, and those avenues work for you, then make it work for you, because you want to do something that you enjoy. And the one thing they don't want to see is that you are happy. When you're doing something that makes you happy, and that brings you peace, and that you're motivated to get up to do every day, and it pays you a livable wage. I'm sorry. Unlike these controlled environments that jobs are, to where they don't pay you enough to survive, but people show up because they say it beats a blank. There's no more beats a blank in this world, man. You got to do what's going to pay the bills and and keep you living comfortably, because you want what you want out of this world, and you can't settle for just the minimum. So for us, and this is what I recommend for people that are targeted, do something that you're passionate about and chase it, and if it brings you income, go for it. But in the meantime, yeah, you're gonna need that 9 to 5, to maintain, until you get to where you're going. But try your hardest to make sure you get out of that rat race that's a 9 to 5, because it doesn't create financial freedom. It only gets you from check to check, and that's not the way you want to live, because especially when you're targeted, because they're gonna more than likely attempt to play with your hours, play with your money. I could talk on 2 experiences when I not moved here, but when I was living in my previous state, and where they didn't even pay me at all. Like I had 2 instances where I didn't even receive a paycheck. I worked 2 whole weeks, right, and didn't even receive a paycheck at all. I didn't receive 1 paycheck for 2 pay periods back in 2014. So I had to get them to pay me some of my check out of the safe until the company could make me out another check, so I could be able to pay my extended stay I was staying in that time. Because I had just moved to that city, and I didn't have I only had $236 in my pocket, and I was able to get an extended stay for $200 a week. So that's how close I was, you know, to the end, to the brink. Like, I had to live off $36, figure out how to get the bus to and from work, um, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and I had to pay for my extended stay. Luckily, I had food stamps, you know, back then. I had to pay for my extended stay, and you know, I was able to eat at least. Um, I had to walk home to and from work. The job that I got, me not knowing that town, because the whole extended stay I got was downtown, and the job I had got, you know, and looking back in hindsight and driving over there when I eventually got a vehicle, it was far as shit. So one night I got the bus. I used to get the bus there, and I used to close. Then I had to walk home. I walked back to the extended stay. It took me 3 hours. That's how far away I was from, because I was all the way downtown, and then where that my job was, it was all the way damn near at the end of town. So yeah, it took me so I just got so many experiences in so many ways. I was just like screwed, man. And you know, my story is unique because I I've dealt with every blow that they have dealt me over the years, and I'm here. You know, only the strong gonna survive, and excuse me, I want everybody to be strong, and you know, and that's why I got on here to give my testimony, because I just really want to show people that I'm walking, talking proof that, you know, I may not look the best, like stressed out, gray hair everywhere, you know, from over the years. Um, but I'm walking proof and talking proof that you can survive and thrive in spite of what you're going through. Um, you got to put God first. You got to put your head down and work, and you got to lock in to your purpose. And I noticed that when I started doing that, and I started to create a little bit of financial freedom, I was able to travel and go places, you know, I thought I'd never get a chance to go. And I didn't let my controlled environment be my life. I got out of the box, and I started to see the world and do things that I thought I'd never be able to do. And you can do the same. You just got to understand that this is not just, this is, you can succumb to this, and this can be your life, or you can be above this and go live your life in spite of it, because you got a life to live regardless. You only get this life one time. There's no being gangstalked in this life and then coming back and then you're not. It's this is your life. So in spite of your life being tough, you know, and you everything is not really favorable for you right now, get out here and get out and do something, you know, create some opportunity for yourself. And like I said, I'm here to be that positive light, that beacon, you know, in this community, because like I said, I've been and still going through a war, you know, every day. And 14 years of going through this, I've been up, I've been very much down a lot of the time, but I'm up now. And I'm telling you that it wasn't easy. But I mentally locked in, got to start reading up on my stoicism in the last 2 or 3 years. And I started to put a plan together, and started to show people that, and I'm going to show people on this channel that there is a life, and there's a good life in spite of you being gang stalked. You have to create it for yourself. Nobody's going to give it to you because they don't want you to have it. But there is a life outside of gang stalking, y'all, for sure. But if you're into, you know, content like this and other thought-provoking content, and then, you know, me giving a commentary on gang stalking, and eventually I'm going to start doing, you know, channel reviews on gang stalking content. This is a channel for you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And I really appreciate the support. Many blessings to everybody out there that watch the channel. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Later on today, I should be going live with the War Against Narcissism. It's gonna be because I don't know where everybody is. So 5 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Central time, 3 p.m. Mountain time, and 2 p.m. Pacific time. We will be going live together. I feel like this is necessary and this is needed in the community, so I'm ready to, do this. And it's gonna be my first time going live. And like I said, this is one of the guys that motivated me, the main guy that motivated me to, kind of get on live and get on YouTube and tell my story after so long, because I've been dealing with it and suffering in silence, not being able to, tell my story. And it's been therapeutic for me, man. Like, because you as a man, and you can be strong, but me getting on camera and talking to y'all and chopping it up with y'all, it's been therapeutic, man. None of us are alone, and I'm here for everybody, what I'm saying, that's willing to listen. Y'all be blessed out there, y'all be safe, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.